Hi, it's Robbie, and I chose the barbell bent over row for my main lift. So the prime mover is just the general back muscles, and the synergists are the trapezius middle, trapezius lower, rhomboids, latissimus dorsi, teres major, deltoid, infraspinatus, teres minor, brachialis, brachioradialis, and pectoralis major. Um, So, a few movement prerequisites that I would go through before I did a barbell bent over row would be chest supported row, um, a hinge, some sort of loaded hinge movement, um, and making sure I'm able to move through horizontal abduction and abduction in the full range. Some contraindications for this lift would be, again, the inability to hip hinge and any sort of back issues. One good example would be lower cross syndrome. Um, in order to do a bent over row, you have to hinge and keep everything in your lower back locked in and in place. And someone with lower cross syndrome would struggle to keep their neutral spine and they would spill out, and this would put their spine in a very, very bad position. So the supplemental exercise is the paused row. This is the exact same movement as the barbell row, so same prime movers, general back and synergist, trapezius, middle and lower, rhomboids, latissimus dorsi, teres major and minor, deltoid, infraspinatus, brachialis, brachioradialis, and pectoralis major. Um, so this exercise would be great. If you had trouble feeling the squeeze at the top, you could drop down to a lighter weight and try out pause reps at the top, and it would really help with that mind muscle connection and strength at the top of your rep. So I'll just head into a little demonstration. So what you want to do is grab the bar. I usually grab the bar off a rack when I'm doing barbell rows, and I'm just gonna bend over, hinge at the hips, slight bend in the knees, push my butt back, and then I'm gonna lock in my lats by trying to break the bar outwards, and then I'm just gonna pull up to around my belly button and down, up, pause, down, up, pause. All right, so the accessory exercise that I chose is the bicep curl, barbell bicep curl. The prime mover is the biceps brachii, and the synergists are the brachialis and brachioradialis. So I think two really good benefits of this exercise is first, overall bicep strength, which is really important when doing a bent over row because that also supports the pulling motion um, of the row. And then something that I think is very underrated about bicep curls is the forearm strength that you can build up. So, in order to do a bent over row, you have to have really good grip strength when you start going up in weight. And those synergists working, the brachialis and brachioradialis, are going to be great for this. So, I'll just head into my demo. So, for the barbell row, you can be sitting or standing. I'm going to demonstrate it standing. Um, so, all you're going to do is start by grabbing your bar, palms out, and then what you're gonna do is keep your elbows to your side, straight back, lift, squeeze at the biceps, and down. Lift, squeeze at the biceps, and down. Sometimes when performing this lift, I have the mobility restriction of my hamstrings being a little too tight. So something simple that I could do, even right before the lift, is a simple PNF hamstring stretch. So one that I like to do is I'll put my heel on an area in front of me, an elevated area like a chair, or right now I'm going to use my bed, and I'll just lean forward, find kind of my max range, making sure I'm squaring my hips up with my leg and my foot, and then after I find my max range, I'll hold for about 10 seconds, and then like we do PNF stretch. We'll just contract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I can get a little further forward. And I would just repeat that cycle until I felt like the distance I'm at is my new max range of motion, and I'm able to complete the barbell bent over row perfectly fine.